Hi everyone, welcome to Belle's Books. I'm Carly and today I'm going to talk you through the books that I want to read in June. So I'm bringing you this TBR. I'm very much in a lounging state. Different background, as you can tell if you've been here before. We're in my conservatory today and I'm in my lounge wear because I'm too hot. It's very warm in the UK at the moment and I cannot cope with the heat. So it's too hot upstairs, so I've had to come down here and try and remain cool. So apologies for this, but you know, you need to wear as little clothes as possible at the moment. So let me talk to you about what I want to read this month. I know we're already halfway through June, so this is kind of a late TBR, but I wanted to talk to you about the books that I'm reading and I want to pick up for the rest of the month. So firstly, also just to say that I am trying to read with Pride in mind this month because it is Pride month. So I'm trying to read mostly LGBTQ plus books and one other for my book club. So first of all, I've gone for some amazing YA fantasy, which I don't often pick up, but I am partial to it. Cinderella is Dead by Bayron. Now, I heard lots of, this was a booktube darling, I think. I heard lots of things about this, good things about this. And the cover is just stunning. So it was in my library, the library where I work. I thought I would pick it up. I was just in the mood for some fantasy and I love anything that is to do with kind of fairy tale spin-offs. And this is hitting the spot. I've actually nearly finished this. I've only got 100 pages left, if that. I've been racing through it and very much enjoying it. So this is about a town where Cinderella lived. It is set 200 years after the Cinderella tale and it has been taken into legend in this town and it is how everyone lives their lives. So the premise of Cinderella going to the ball, meeting her husband or meeting her true love, falling in love and getting married is the premise by which this society is run. So all girls, when they turn 16, have to attend the ball at the palace. It is mandated. So this is very much a social commentary on patriarchy at an extreme level. I won't talk too much about it here. I'll do that in my wrap up. But I think it's fantastic. I really like it. And it's getting a little bit pacier now. And our main character, Sophia, is on a quest to basically take down the patriarchy. Up against all odds. She's defying the Cinderella myth. She doesn't want to get a husband because this is a queer story. She is in love with her best friend, Erin. And in this society, there is no room for being queer. So she wants to take that down and challenge the whole thing, which is amazing. So I'm very much enjoying this at the moment. If you have any other recommendations like this, I'm happy to read YA. I'm happy to read adult fantasy. Anything that is like spin-off or retellings of fairy tales. Drop them in the comments below, please. I would like to know. Next, something I haven't started, but I wanted to pick it up, is Ocean Vuong's poetry collection, Night Sky with Exit Wounds. I've had this for ages and I've been meaning to read it, and what better time than Pride Month? So I literally know nothing about this. I haven't even read a single one of these poems. So I will be reading this. I've got a couple of weeks to go, so I should definitely do that. So going to read this. I haven't read his novel. I have it, which I've momentarily forgotten the title of, so I will slip it in here. Again, it's on my TBR, along with a lot of other things. Now, one that I must read before I take it back to the library, because it is a library copy and it has lots of requests on it. So that's great. Detransition Baby by Torrey. Now, I was only going to read the Women's Prize shortlist. This didn't make the shortlist but because of the backlash it got, I want to read it. So, and I've heard lots of great things about it, and from what everyone else is saying, it should have made the shortlist. I'm not going to summarise it because you all know what it is. Everyone has been raving about it. So yeah, this one I should definitely read by the end of the month. Just to let you know, Katie is in here. She has a chair in the conservatory. She's just got up. Hi Katie, are you alright? She's in her post-meets tiredness. She's just turning around and laying back down again. I think that's all it is. It's all go for Katie. She is 20, you know, so she has to take her time with these things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Katie is my cat, by the way, my very old cat. So the next book I'm going to read is a short story collection, which I have not read a short story collection in a while. It is The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Deesha Philyaw. I hope I've said that right. The reason I'm reading this is because it is the book club pick for Jen Campbell's Patreon book club, which I am a part of. So this is only a very short book. It has 9 stories, and from the blurb, it is about the various lives of different black women of four different generations. So we've got a story about the crush of a 14-year-old on the preacher's wife, and something about bodily discomfort, and a mistress arranging rules for her married lovers. So I'm down for this. Now, the one that I have to read for my in real life book club, I don't know why I say in real life, because I don't really have an online book club, unless I count Jen's book club. Anyway, shut up, Carly. The book I'm reading for my book club is Invisible Women by Criado Perez. Now, I did start reading this ages ago because I was using it, I was referencing it for my PhD research. So I'm actually on chapter 4. I've read 90 pages of this, so I'm just going to finish it for my book club. We are meeting in July. So this book, again, has been everywhere. It is about, as the title suggests, exposing data bias in a world designed for men. Of the first few chapters that I've read of this, it completely blew my mind because it was about things that you just don't think about in the way that the world is designed for men, in terms of safety, crash test dummies being like the size of a standard male, nothing to do with females, so female safety is not taken into account. Things like the size of mobile phones, the way that I get really annoyed. I have an iPhone like most people do. My hands are quite small. I'm always like really struggling to type one-handed on my phone, or just to like hold it, because my hands are too small to hold my phone. Things like that. To town planning, the way that towns are structured around the male daily patterns in terms of going to work, commuting, going to and from work, and therefore disadvantage the way that women travel, which is to deal with childcare and looking after elderly relatives and making lots of different journeys. It just kind of blows your mind when you actually delve into the actual data and statistics that she has obviously done a lot of work on. So I'm going to be finishing that for my book club. Now, these two I'm probably not going to get to, but I've got them as options. I really want to read In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. Machado? I think I've said that right. I've had this for a while. This is a memoir told in quite an experimental form. Each chapter takes on a different kind of genre, and it is about a relationship that involved domestic abuse, a same-sex relationship. So this is obviously from personal experience. I've really wanted to read this, both because it's experimental. Sorry if you can hear the noise, that's Dan getting our dinner ready, which is ready. I'm coming just now. We're having flatbread pizzas and chips. I'm very excited. This is, yeah, I wanted to read this because it is experimental in style. That's what I'm doing for my PhD. Also, it is writing about domestic abuse, which I have both been a victim of and tried to help a male member of my family deal with, who was a victim of domestic abuse at the hands of a woman. So this I am really intrigued to get to, and I would like to get to this very soon. And I mean, I'm not holding out hope. I've got a lot to read here. I would really want to read The Death of Viviane by Akwaeke Emezi. Again, I know nothing about this. I just bought it because I read Pet, which is their young adult novel, and that blew me away. It was so good. The writing style, I've never read anything like it, and I just thought I want more of this. So I picked this up. Again, heard lots of good things about it. I think it's kind of, do you know what it reminds me of? The same premise as, I mean, it's a completely different book, but 10 minutes 38 seconds in This Strange New World by Elif Shafak, where you start with a dead character and then learn about their life. I assume this is kind of the same thing, because it says one afternoon a mother opens her front door and her son's body is basically on her porch. And it's the story of this mother and son. I think that's all I know. That's all I want to know. I'm happy to go into this blind. I just love Akwaeke Emezi's writing. My dinner is ready. Dan is pacing around. He doesn't want the chips to get cold. That's understandable. So I'm going to sign it off here. Thank you for watching this very quick TBR. Talk to me in the comments below. Have you read any of these? Have you got any recommendations for me on fantasy that is around fairy tales? I would like to know. I'm really in the mood to read fantasy at the moment. I don't know whether it's just because it's summer. Also, I particularly want to pick up things like old Celtic myths and legends. I have recently bought the Mists of Avalon, so I might pick up that. Or a Juliette Marillier. Anyway, talk to me. Tell me your recommendations. Oh, tell you what, this about living it on the river is the amount of insects that you get here. Insects the size of pterodactyls come in this house, honestly. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm waffling. Speak to you all next week. Bye.